You're watching Capitol View, Sunday morning talk focused on the political scene in Arkansas.
And welcome back to the program. I am joined now by Jennifer Cobb. She is the Executive Director and Senior Vice President for Senior City Year Little Rock. Did I get all that right?
You did.
It's not even all on your name tag, although it is on your name tag.
It is on my name tag.
I could have done that right there. So I just want you to know I did that by memory. So
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Good to see you. Some people don't even know what City Year is. So I'm going to give you the opening question is, tell me what City Year does. What's your mission?
Our mission is to, I call it the double bottom line. We have a two-part mission. One is to create conditions in schools where all students can rise to their greatest success. And we're talking literacy, math, attendance, behavior, everything. So we work in public schools. The part of the mission that has my heart is the professional development of our young adults who serve as student success coaches. So we recruit young adults ages 17 to 25 for a year or two of service in public schools. They serve as student success coaches and they serve 1,700 hours. It's a lot. Yeah. It is a big commitment. But what they're doing is they're in schools all day, every day, and then we also provide them with one-on-one mentorship, with personal growth, and my promise to them is that they'll know themselves better at the end of service than they would in any other job.
For those students that are in the schools helping the younger students, what are they doing during the working hours of the day?
They start their mornings with power greetings. Should have brought some red jackets for you to hear their cheers. I'm not even
disappointed you're not wearing a red jacket today.
I should have put one on. Yeah. They're bomber jackets, and they're not friendly in August. I'll just say that. But they start their morning greeting carpool line, greeting buses, talking to kids, making those relationships. There's a lot of high fives because what we're trying to do is we're trying to lift the culture of the school. We want school to be a positive, safe place for children to go because often in the schools where we serve, it is the most positive, safest place for them to be. Yeah. So we create that culture of belonging. And then they're in classrooms with partner teachers and they're doing what we call push-ins and pull-outs. Push-ins are making sure that kids stay on task, that they're understanding the lessons. Pull-outs are extra dips in literacy and math.
Yeah, and Arkansas has pretty poor statistics overall when it comes to literacy, when it comes to math scores.
Correct.
I will say we're not alone in other states though. Like a lot of times when we talk about these, kids can't read by the, third grade. Mm-hmm. No state has really good reading scores by the third grade.
Yeah, it's you don't want to say, hey, we're not alone, doesn't that make you feel better?
Right.
No.
Right.
But what we don't have to do is reinvent the wheel. There are a lot of states that are making some great progress. So.
Yeah, well, it's all good. All right, you're working in public schools here in Central Arkansas. How do you rate the impact of what you're doing? How do you measure the impact of what you're doing? It can't be just as statistical as, well, their reading scores are up or their math scores are up. There's got to be more to it.
There is more to it. We do look at ACT Aspire scores, and when we get ours back this fall, I'll come back and tell you all the great success that we have. We do look at scores. We look at course grades. The students will get on a focus list because they have D's and F's. And our goal is to get them up into the C, B, and hopefully A range. So we do look at course grades. So we do have that type of data. We also administer something called DESA. It is, oh, please don't ask me what it stands for. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
But it is, it's what we track behavior with. So it's an observational tool. Our core members observe students in the classroom. They might notice that a child is extra fidgety, can't keep his hands to himself, can't keep their mouth shut, interrupts all the time, doesn't respect personal space.
Well, I had all of those things checked on my report card when I was young.
Yes, I was a talker, a surprise. But what's interesting is you can identify some of the soft skills. And so many of the students in the classrooms today are lacking some of the soft skills that they would have learned. COVID isn't a disease we worry so much about anymore today, but the ramifications on our students, it's not just that they're behind in grades, they're behind socially and on all those soft skills that they should have learned. So that's where we step in and help.
Are you doing some training with the folks that you guys put in schools to, I guess, help not only identify that, but overcome those obstacles.
We sure are.
Yeah.
Yes. And so, as I mentioned, we work with literacy and math skills, and we do the extra dips and help with the reading and the math. But what we also do is we'll do a focus list and a pull out for kids who are struggling with self-confidence, struggling with expressing themselves, struggling with controlling their anger. And we train our core members on how to conduct those spoken sessions and those interventions. And it's been really amazing to see some of the strides that they've been able to make just with that one-on-one attention. If a child is labeled bad at school because they're the one who talks all the time, or they're the ones get put out of class, right, then that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Right. So when one of our red jackets can say, hey, you're not bad, you're good, let's figure out how to fix this, then that confidence come back, the grades start going up, they stay in class, they're not in the principal's office, and that's the good stuff.
Yeah, tell me how you guys have been expanding.
Yes.
And you've got partnerships that will help you do that.
Yes.
It's just, money doesn't grow on trees.
That is true. I want to address the money thing first. People don't, I think, understand that we are a true public-private partnership. We get funds from the federal AmeriCorps grant. We do have district contracts, but then private revenue has to match our district contracts and our AmeriCorps funding. So we have 3 funding streams. We are expanding. We expanded recently into the Jacksonville North Pulaski School District. Dr. Jeremy Owa, who was here in the Little Rock School District for a really long time, saw firsthand at JA Fair what City Year can do. And when he got up to Jacksonville North Pulaski, that's the first call he made. He said, I want y'all in my schools. And so he's been really working on it, and we are proud to be serving at Jacksonville Elementary School this year. In Little Rock, we're going into Stevens, Chico, JA Fair, Mableville Middle, and Cloverdale Middle.
Is Fair still called Fair, or is it Fair?
It is JA Fair K through 8 preparatory school.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
I get confused
I
when some of that stuff
know.
changes.
There's a lot of consolidation and moving around.
All right, this is a little off topic for you, but I know you're familiar with it and you have been around it and participated in it. The Central Arkansas schools have partnered with the business community as well on this Academies of Central Arkansas program. There was an announcement this week in Jacksonville.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, that they're going to partner, I believe, with one of the
Unity
Health. They have already announced a partnership, I think, with Baptist Health previously.
Yes.
What's going on in those academies programs?
We served at Southwest High School a few years ago and experienced firsthand what that looks like. Those freshman academies are a wonderful opportunity for the freshman class to understand what it takes to be a high school student these days, but also get exposure to all the careers out there. And then they spend time in their freshman academies learning about all of the different opportunities, and the intent is by sophomore year they can identify where they want to go. They can apply for to go to the school if they want to do medical transcription, or if sonography or radiology. There's all kinds of opportunities, and they can then go anywhere in Central Arkansas to a high school that has that specialty. And it's a wonderful, creative, unique approach to starting the conversation early. What do you want to be? The sky's the limit. Let me show you all of the possibilities for you. So it's a great opportunity.
And there's obviously the opportunity to pivot
if
things change.
Sure,
but at
because
the same time,
how do you know at 14 what you really want to be?
You knew you wanted to be head of City Year at age 14, didn't you?
I knew I wanted to talk for a living and help kids. That's what I knew.
Well, you should get a TV show. You get to talk a lot when you get to do that. So. All right, tell me a little bit about where you see City Year growing beyond Jacksonville. Do you have other partnerships that you're working on? Where do you want to see your growth?
Sure. Right now, we want to ensure that we are able to recruit enough core members to put a team of 5 to 7 in any school that we serve. We don't just want to be there 1 year. We are not one and done. We make a multi-year commitment to a district in the school.
5 and 7? Is that just where you figured out the sweet spot?
That's what we found is the right number. In some schools, it allows for a core member to be in every section of 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade.
Okay.
So every teacher in that upper elementary school has a red jacket. So we're working on recruiting, and I'm pleased to announce that we have a really large class this year. We have 36 who are going into service, 5 more joining us in October. We're still recruiting.
Where do you find these recruits? What makes someone interested in this?
Well, what we're seeing is that, again, I'm going to take it back to COVID for just a minute, but the students that graduated in 2020 with no prom, no graduation, virtually online, and then spent their freshman year of college in COVID lockdown somewhere, they're taking time off. and they're looking for a gap year where they can do meaningful work. A lot of them want to work with kids. They love working with children. They want to grow and identify in themselves what their life's purpose is. And so it's been wonderful to catch these kids as they've needed a gap year. Same with the high school seniors. A lot of them are coming out of Central Arkansas high schools not quite ready to go to college, but they want to earn a stipend. We've got that. They want free health insurance. We've got really good health insurance, and they're earning money for college. They get $7,000 before taxes at the end of their year of service, and you can serve 2 years. So you could come out with, after taxes, about $12,000 that's matched for your education, or if you do have a BA, you can pay off those pesky student loans. So it's a really, it's a win-win, I think.
Cityyear.org?
Cityyear.org/Little Rock if you want to get specific.
All right, Jennifer Cobb, always great to visit with you.
Thank you.
And thanks for all the work that you're doing.
Appreciate you.
All right. We're back with more right after this.